Bruce, this is your July 2023 lesson. There's some things in the swing that are better than they ever have been. Let's just go over those first of all. The fact that, when you come down, your club head is on plane. I mean, the shaft is on plane. And, you have this shallowing move, which puts it in a pretty good spot to deliver it to the ball. I like the stance is a bit more, a bit wider, which is good. We like that. There's, and the biggest change is there isn't this super quick jerk at transition. So that is good. So the number one thing I would refine is what's happening as we talked about during the lesson, is how that right foot is working. As you see, you swing down, and to impact, the heel is still on the ground and all, and then as you come through, you really can't clear you can't clear that left hip unless you roll over in that foot, and then finally you get to here, and then it kind of springs loose and flips forward. Okay, so that's your bad leg, and I maintain that if you keep the heel on the ground and you don't roll it, and then eventually get to the toe, you're going to stress that knee. So the proper footwork is, as you come down, you roll it on the instep. You roll it on the instep right there. You roll it, and then you go to the toe as you come through. So, and then that right knee will be going towards the target as you rotate through. So, okay, so that's the number one thing. The number two thing is we need an improved takeaway. I'm sorry, at the top we're really not getting behind the ball. So the top position on the right here is your real swing, where you're hitting the ball. So you can see that that left shoulder doesn't get behind the ball. You actually have your weight on the left side instead of loading up the right side. And so with that rotation, you're really not going to get. It's really a power leak. You got to get that left shoulder behind the ball, under your chin and behind the ball. On the left is the staged swing. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a staged swing where we just had to take it up to the top and hold it. So your hands are up a little higher, but it's kind of a fake height. For example, here's your arm. Here's your upper arm. That's about in the same spot. But what happens is you have this 30-degree angle. Yeah, something like that. It's a breakdown, so your hands get artificially higher. The number one thing we should do is get that shoulder behind the ball. So it's a better turn on the left. See that? You could play with that amount of shoulder turn, but then you got Billy Barty arms because of this breakdown. See how close your hands are to your head? Okay, so the top golfers keep maximum width. In other words, they keep their hands as far from their head as possible. So what I would do is just work on like a 9-3 swing where that left arm is ramrod straight. So you take it, that'll give you the max width. So you take it to 9 o'clock on the backswing and 3 kind of a punch out or a stinger shot. And the reason we like that is it's not a full backswing, so it's easy to keep that arm straight. Okay, so the second thing is looking at studying your video again. I realized why you really can't get that left knee pointed behind the ball at the top. And that once we get that left knee pointed towards the ball or behind the ball, this direction. See, we want that kneecap right in there. Okay, so this is the problem. See that flare out of the left foot? Okay, that's like 45 degrees. Your knee wants to go that same direction. Very difficult. It's almost like some sort of external rotation to get that left knee going that way. So I recommend that you straighten it. So you put the toe, instead of 45 degrees, you put it here. Then the knee, then it'll be easier to cave that knee in, Elvis knee, back towards the other. Now, people have this flare out, 45 degree flare out to clear the hip, make it easier to clear the hips, but you're not clearing the hips anyway with that. So, see, you haven't cleared the hips, so I'm saying take it, straighten that out so the toe is straight ahead and the foot is perpendicular to the target line, and that'll free up that left knee. So at the top, we want ramrod straight left arm. It doesn't matter how high your hands are, as long as the shoulder, we want the shoulder, turned back in here, and we want this knee, that lower leg, to look like that. So practice is, get it with a mirror facing you. Do this thing where you take it to the top and hold it just like this on the left side, and see how you look in comparison to what we want. So that's what I'd practice on. Once we can get behind the ball with this, it has to feel like it's ramrod straight left arm. That gives you more width, so you'll get with more width and a better turn, you'll get a lot more distance.